So, yeah. It might seem like peace, but no. We are basically at war.
Hey, a letter arrived from Dad.
Dear Lil, thanks for writing back. Your letter really made my day. Hearing you and everyone back home are doing so well made me sleep easy. So easy, in fact, that I missed the morning bugle and was late for roll call.
So, basically the dad is, well, he's gambling addicted, and he's also like, well, he's a bit empty-headed, so no matter what we have chosen to write, he's at the front fighting in the war. And we had to decide to either write him a letter, and then we worried that he might take it too easy now because he heard of us, but if we don't write a letter, he might get so anxious to make dumb mistakes. So it doesn't matter what you do, it's both terrible.
Boy, was I in trouble. And because I wasn't there, I got stuck with mechanic duty for the next big battle. They say this time it'll be fought in the air, and it's my job to help repair the planes. Don't tell anyone, but I really don't know what I'm doing. But your grandfather on your mother's side was a master mechanic, and I'll always remember the words he said to me on my wedding day. If your wife doesn't find you handsome, she better find you handy. So I guess if I investigate each aircraft that comes my way, I'm sure I'll find something to fix, and then help win the battle. Thanks, Granddad. That goes for you too. If you draft any would-be airmen, make sure there isn't anything on their end that needs fixing first. Anyways, I better go. Draw me a line again, will ya? But this time, maybe don't write such good news. If I get in trouble one more time, who knows what'll happen? Sincerely, Dad.
Write me bad news. Sure.
I'm so glad he's okay. I'll write him another letter tonight.
So, because this is a Papers, Please game, we have a writ. The writ is basically refreshed every day, so it is going to inform me about specific rules and things I should look out for or follow. My spies have informed me that there is increased dissatisfaction fostering dissent within the enemy's inner circle. Do with that information what you will. My spies have informed me that there is increasing fostering dissent within the enemy's inner circle. Okay, so potentially there might be some deserters from the enemy that want to join us. In addition to the forces that were drafted, the outcome of the last battle was also due to the state of our equipment. Pay extra attention to what our men, women and creatures are marching into battle with. Striker. Okay, so if I draft anyone for battle, I need to look out that they have good equipment and working equipment. Although their proposal for addressing our little food shortage problem was rushed through the council without their scrutiny or approval, please extend my associate from the catering corps every possible courtesy and don't trouble yourself too terribly with the nature of the plan. Nothing to see here, as they say. Okay. Guardsman Randy has been brought out of forced retirement to supervise our food stores. Welcome back, Randy. Oh, God. You see, Randy is a guardsman nobody likes. Because he constantly fucks up. I may have stolen a deck of tarot cards off. I hate this in English when they say like off. It just sounds dumb. I usually just intentionally leave the second off away because it sounds better. An old wandering nomad type woman. So far everything I've predicted has come true. Now the old bag yelled something about a curse if the card were overused. And I was running away, but I'm sure it's nothing. Look at me, I'm betting 1,000. I've got all the answers, call me now. Welcome the fortune teller to the stars. Okay. So the next thing is this. Those are our instruments of investigation. Yes, investigation. 3, 6, 7, 9, 11. Now we cannot put, like, these are the crystals that make the tool work 100%. This is a chance 50-50. So I'm going to definitely put red in everything I can. Truth spray is always good. So I say we can put here one of those. Yeah, that's gonna be okay.
Oh, unhand me, you fools! I must be granted entry immediately! Hear ye, hear ye! I have come to relay the terms of the immediate and unconditional surrender of the sprawl to the Kingdom of Petrod, as dictated by His Royal Highness, Prince Phineas Pomp, heir to the throne of Petrod! Prince Phineas, son of King Phineas and Queen Buttermilk, was daughter of King Fangil, son of Queen Amelia, daughter of King Rupert, son of Queen Talia, daughter of King Salvatore, son of Queen Fedabel.
Yes, I know who he is. Remember? I told the princess not to marry him, and I'm feeling better about that choice by the second.
Okay, so here's the thing. The writ here said increasing dissatisfaction, fostering dissent within the enemy's inner circle. He's basically the assistant to the prince. That's basically like number 2. And he is within the enemies that attacking us. So
Terms of immediate and unconditional surrender, is it? Let them in, but make sure you know exactly what is on their mind. You know what they say, keep your enemies close, and your friends so close you're practically kissing.
Is that what they say?
Sure is, and I should know. I have a lot of friends.
you slut.
With that philosophy, I'm not surprised.
Okay, so when you investigate someone before you choose to let them in, not let them in, or put them to jail, you have 3 action points. Each action you use is basically something. So basically what I'm going to do is use the truth spray, because I know he cannot resist the truth spray. And he's also going to talk.
It is my intention to divulge the top secret battle plans I have been made privy to the Queen in exchange for food for my people. We are starving, and if the sprawl can help us, I will be sure to help you end this conflict to the best of my abilities.
Which is good. Now we can also talk to him. It's fine. Let's do that.
Let me in, peasant, Princess Desdemona.
Peasant? Wow, I didn't realize you were royalty.
Well, I'm not.
So that means you are also a peasant, right? And it's Queen Desdemona now, so put some respect on her name.
Very well. Let me in, person of equal social standing. Queen Desdemona will want to hear what I have to say.
Apart from the mistake of calling her princess, this guy sounds like he may have some important information.
I don't think you were talking to me, but you're right, I do.
Funny. This is good. The problem is we also have no food.
Thank you. Hopefully this exchange of food for information will help put an end to this bloody war.
You know, it's kind of funny because he is with Petra, which are attacking us. So it's kind of strange they suffer a food shortage, because it makes no sense. Like, they have access to everything outside of this city, and it's strange that they suffer a food shortage, because we are suffering a food shortage because we are just a city attacked from all sides. We had like a tunnel going on where we wanted to transport food in, but we lost the battle where the food was stored outside and lost it to them. So, weird. Having heard the true intentions, you let them in. Now it's up to the queen and other people above your pay grade, which is good. So, if you have never seen this game, we have a rewind feature because we have this device here. So we can actually rewind this entire thing if we hadn't made like 3 or 4 stars. You don't need 4 stars. You need 2.5 stars at the moment. So that is the best score you can have. There's no reason to rewind this.
Ahoy, child manning the gate!
Ahoy! Adult in a basket?
Ha ha! I like your spirit. I am here to enlist in Her Majesty's Air Force.
Yeah, I see one problem in that. Like, one singular problem. Also, here you see we have today's 7 visitors. This is our second visitor. So, the thing is, he's with the basket, but not the hot air balloon. Which indicates to me that he has only this. So I feel like I wanna do this. So there's a lighter.
This is my heat source. Fire. You see, when I fill the balloon with hot air, it goes up. Boom. Science.
You can't just say, boom, science, and expect it to work. Do you actually think that tiny lighter is going to be strong enough to inflate a balloon that big?
Yes. Why? Do you have something more suitable?
The blowtorch is certainly more usable than this lighter. But at the same time, because I know how this game is going, there's also the the thing that he might just burn down the balloon. But let's give it a try.
Here, take this. I swiped it from a doe-eyed singing psychopath.
Huzzah! Thank you, child. With this, I could sail the world in perhaps even 76 days, give or take.
Around the world. Okay. Okay. This means he came with the basket, but he has an actual hot air balloon. Let me listen to what Striker has to say.
He doesn't seem like the type to win us an air battle. Seems more like the adventure tourism wannabe type. Then again, beggars can't be choosers. If you can guarantee that his hot air ball will function properly, draft him. Otherwise, this is not Royal Air Force material.
Since we gave him this thing, now he actually might be able to be useful. Let's talk to him regardless.
Once inflated, my grand contraption shall sail high above the clouds. First, I will destroy the enemy air force, and then it will take me no time at all to traverse the entire world at that altitude.
So how does this grand contraption of yours work anyway?
When inflated to almost bursting, this ball will carry me up into the sky, keeping myself inside this wicker basket aloft. Simple science.
I feel like you're missing some steps.
Maybe he does. Well, I will let him in. I will draft him. So let's see where this is actually going.
Tally ho! Now I'll show those smug bastards at the Royal Academy Club who doubted me. With this powerful new heat source, I shall sail high into the sky and into destiny itself. Bon voyage!
Enjoy the battle.
Enjoy the battle. What do I get for this? Oh, I won't see it. Oh,
Hey,
you!
I remember you.
Really? Most people don't. Regardless, I am here today on behalf of Catering Corp regarding our services and food management. We are prepared to oversee the appropriate distribution of the Sprawl's food rations up until the time when this war is resolved in favor of either side.
Very heroic of you to volunteer aid.
The proposed services rendered come with a detailed budget and a projected ROI.
ROI. I don't even know what that means.
Less heroic.
So, here's the thing. We have this. Please extend my associate from Catering Corp every possible courtesy, and don't trouble yourself too terribly with the nature of the plan. Nothing to see here, as they say. AKA, I will call Ash.
Oh, goody! I've been expecting the Catering Corp to arrive with a plan to aid us with the food shortage crisis. It's said to be a good, solid plan, and a little more. And that's all I need to hear. Let him in at once so we can begin to address this population growth problem once and for all.
Population growth problem. Wow.
I thought it was a food ration problem.
Tomato, tomato.
Tomato, tomato. This should actually give me a 4-star.
You may enter, and do your best to help us with our food crisis.
Thank you. We at Catering Corp know that you and your general population are going to enjoy eating Soylent Beige nutrient bars as much as we enjoyed making them.
Ew. What? Only 2 stars? Congratulations, you helped with the food shortage crisis. However, it comes at a terrible, terrible cost. But you helped with the food shortage crisis. Okay. So, I can turn back time 6 times. I can do it for an individual. Or I can do the entire day. In this case, I feel like I just wanna do it for him. Because it's kinda strange it gave me only that. So, let's do this again. Like, it's not the worst that I have only 2 stars for one person. But I'm curious.
Hey, I remember.
Really? We are prepared to.
Very heroic.
The proposed.
Less heroic.
Okay, so let me think. The problem is this. This is the 3rd person. We have 7 people coming in. That means 4 more people after this guy. There will be at least 1 more draft. Potentially 2. I would probably just expect 1. So, I'm a bit hesitant to actually use any of those. But get to use the X-ray is really good. But you know what? You know what? Here's a better idea.
It has come to our attention that the food rations are being severely mismanaged. If this trend is allowed to continue, the sprawl will be completely out of food in a week.
Are you sure your numbers are correct?
Of course our numbers are correct. All we do is numbers. We eat, sleep, and breathe numbers.
Honestly, lately, I've never eaten so well in my life.
That's exactly what the problem is. Children should not be eating well, or at all if we can help it.
So they basically want to take the food away from children and probably also the elderly, because they are not useful for the war.
I feel compelled to verbally dictate Catering Corp's food rationing plan. Item 1. All individuals above the weight of 71.6 kilograms will be allowed a single 14.7 gram ration of Soylent Beige nutrient bars per day. Item 2. Anyone below 71.6 kilograms will be restricted to food scraps and/or edible waste, either begged or foraged. Item 3. Individuals below 71.6 kilograms who succumb to hunger will be collected and repurposed into said Soylent Beige nutrient bars in order to sufficiently feed the remaining individuals above the weight of 71.6 kilograms. So concludes Catering Corp's extremely efficient plan to solve the sprawl's extreme food shortage crisis.
Collected and repurposed into Soylent Beige nutrient bars? Oh my god! I've got to tell everybody! Soylent Beige is people!
Not just people, it could be goblins or ogres as well.
Oh no. That's what she meant with even some extra. Because she hates anything that is not human, aka anything that is monster-like, ogres, goblins. Literally, if I let him in, that's a bad decision. It goes against the red, but let's see what happens if I deny it.
I'm not gonna let you in to turn our people into food.
But what about,
No!
again, not exclusively people? We're open to all creatures.
Just no.
Let's see what this is giving me. Yeah. Okay. It discovered the catering corp's nefarious plans and stopped it in its tracks. I mean, people are still starving, but 4-star. I'm going to leave it at that. The worst case, I have to rewind this specific guy.
What's the holdup? I figured most of you Guardian Defender types would be out fighting on the front lines. Let's move it along. I got a Goblin Ball match to set up.
And you are?
Albert St. Lush, manager of the Sprawl Brawlers.
Are you now? I feel compelled to actually this time call Malcolm.
Picking a card, and we picked the Magician card. Seems like he's the type of guy who can make things appear out of thin air, like a win for the sorry home team made up of wartime rejects. But if you look close enough, you can always see the strings. Or in this case, the syringes. Shake them down for any kind of illicit performance-enhancing drugs. Then, once you've got them, whip out that decoder ring of yours and turn it into profit. I cannot believe that this late in the game I still have to explain the basics to you.
Once you've got them, whip out that decoding ring. Okay, so either I have to use the X-ray or the bullwhip. I'm going to try it with the bullwhip because they usually say like, is it the creature? If yes, mishandle them.
Oof! Hey! Watch it with that thing. I may not be in my prime, but I used to play Goblin Ball myself, you know. I can take a beating, and if you ain't careful, I can dish one out, too.
Are you threatening a gate guardsman of the Sprawl in the course of her duties?
Ah, no, kid. Let's just forget the whole thing.
Okay, I have to redo this. But let's just see if I'm correct with the X-ray.
What are these? Don't worry about it, kid. Tools of the trade. So long as the players don't ask any questions about what they're getting, it's totally legit. The secret ingredient is pure basilisk venom.
Uh-huh.
What? You think those on the Milton Marauders ain't doping? You're crazy. Well, there ain't no way I'm gonna win with these bums now.
Like, it doesn't matter if I let him in or block him.
All right, kid, I knew you were a Goblin Ball fan. I'm gonna put a team together from some of those losers defending the wall. See you at the match tonight.
Goblin ball game he organized will put a tremendous strain on the spread thin sprawl. But the people need a morale boost, and you've got an inside tip. A location unlocked. Okay. I will rewind this now. Then scan him.
What's the hold?
And you,
Out.
Okay, so we literally start out with the X-ray.
What are these? Don't worry about it, kid. Tools of the trade. So long. Ah.
He will confiscate them.
Well, there ain't no way I'm gonna win.
Okay. Strangely enough, Malcolm said we need to decode this. So, we will see.
let me look at those so-called tools of the trade again.
The decoder ring somehow reveals that this is a mage-grade power crystal in a powder form. You can reconstitute it by adding water. Add water. Little spits on the power crystal. Ew. Okay, that's nice. Now, I'm not sure. Like, sure. So let's deny him or let him in. Malcolm said it's fine. Take his drugs. Find out what it is, then it's fine. I mean, he's not going to do anything. Well, actually, he's going to take people from the wall. So let's deny him.
Look, can I level with you? I know this will weaken our defenses, but the sprawl really needs this right now. I really need this right now. And you could probably use this envelope full of gold I've conveniently left for you right there out in the open.
What an asshole. The thing is this.
You never did like Goblin Ball, did you?
The thing is this. If we let him in, he's gonna take men from the wall, and we need those for our defense.
Honestly, not really. But my dad sure does.
Well, he's probably very disappointed in you right now. Good day.
You know, it's kind of funny. It's kind of funny when you think about it, right? So, this guy is like outside of the city. He's coming in to ask to get entrance, and we deny him entrance. So he needs to go back outside, which is strange when you think about it, because we are an enclosed city with walls like a circle, and we are at war. Also, why can people still enter the city when there's war? No? It was an absolutely right thing for the Sprawl spread thin resources, but now there won't be a Goblin Ball game. And where's the fun in that? You will not be able to visit the arena. I'm okay with that. Oh, it's this guy.
Echo!
Echo!
I love this guy. It's Hempelf, the wizard.
Oh my god, what a lame joke.
What is?
That your name is Echo and
Echo!
I hate myself.
I like this guy. This guy is fucking amazing. Like, I really like this guy. Ah, I feel almost tempted to use the metal detector. I know he's a good guy. Like, he's a good guy. He's just stoned all the time. How many people are still coming? It's him, 6 and 7, and most likely one of them will be a draft. I don't think he's hiding anything.
Let me consult the cards. Ah, the cloud of smoke. In all honesty, it doesn't really matter what happens to this guy. He's just around to give us some backstory and lore. He's as inconsequential as a leaf on the wind.
Okay, thanks, Malcolm.
What? What is that?
Thank you?
Is it a good thing? Nobody's ever said that at me before.
Yes, it's good. Thank you.
Thank you! Jessica?
Goodbye, Martin.
I like how she just tuned into this dumb joke of him like not knowing her name and just giving him a different name. But then again, I don't know if this is a additional inside joke. Jessica Martin, I don't know. Is this supposed to point to a comedy show or something? I don't know. I really don't know. Let's talk.
What do you want, Echo? And don't you dare say Echo again.
All right, little sister. Chill out.
What are you doing here?
The Mages Guild are all gathering in the Sprawl to discuss our place in the war efforts. Been a long time since we've all been summoned together like this.
Who summoned?
Who summoned you?
The High Council of the Mages Guild summoned their membership by sending a glowing green light into the sky. A sort of signal that tells us we're all needed.
I get it. The mage signal. Good thing you were looking up.
You're telling me? The reason I founded the Mages Guild was so that we wouldn't have to all gather together this way. It was a set of guiding principles that all mages would adhere to, so if you knew a mage, you knew what to expect. Kept people from fearing us. Now it looks like some mages want people to fear us. It won't end well.
Guiding principle?
That sounds to me like a good thing. A set of governing rules to make sure people feel safe? Am I wrong?
I don't think you are, but darker forces in the guild sure do. They think the rules are too strict. They want to use magic to control people, and eventually, the whole kingdom. If we don't stop them, there could be a rift in the guild itself with mages on both sides. It's getting pretty hairy.
Nice lore. He's in. Like, this is the most harmless guy in the game at the moment. But It could
Thanks,
be
Lil. I better
treacherous.
get to the Mages Guild. But first, I may stop by the Twisted Sister and grab some grub. Man, have I got a case of the munchies. Rock on, little buddy.
I can't even get a 4-star with him because he only has 3. It's like so stupid. He was here on official guild business. Sure, he's a stoner windbag, but he's good people. Yeah, he's the most likable character so far in the game. Okay. Dragon?
Whoa! Stand down, Peaches. It's all right. I'm here for the draft. Well, me and Peaches.
That's only 1 foot. Okay, so that is extremely convincing. It's a dragon. It's a dragon rideress. I would say we call Striker.
Dragons. Dragons are tricky. If trained properly and led with a firm hand, they can tip the scales in our favor. If not, they are unpredictable and hard to coordinate a full offensive with. Do you think this dragon is in capable hands, equipped with the proper tools?
Okay. Well, this leaves us no option other than using this. Hopefully. Hopefully that works with that helmet.
Me and Peaches are best friends. My favorite thing to do is pick flowers in our secret meadow while she frolics in her waterfall like a big, fire-breathing dog. But I know she's 2,300 pounds of flying death when she gets worked up. And I'm worried we haven't been training enough and that my dinky little tin whistle won't cut through the chaos of battle. I wish I had something with a bit more kick.
Maybe I've got something that packs a bit more punch than your whistle.
Some of the older dragon riders use whips. It doesn't hurt them, but it sure gets their attention.
I've got one of those.
I'll give you the bullwhip.
Look, this whip is only occasionally useful to me. Take it. I have a feeling Peaches will respond to it.
Goodbye, whip.
Wow, thanks. I feel much better with this.
You know what? I'm curious if the whip itself only works in the battle if it had a red crystal in it. Or if the crystal has any effect on the outcome of the decision I'm about to make. Lil will receive a replacement bullwhip in her next shift. Okay. I will also talk to you once more. Just curious what I'm having in here. 4 rerolls. Okay.
You can communicate with
Peaches. Uh-huh. She's really good at taking direction. Sometimes. I'm still getting the hang of it.
That is so awesome.
Yeah, you get used to it. It comes with the territory when you're a dragon rider.
Oh my god, can I be you?
Okay. This is a draft. I'm gonna get that draft in now. Because she has now a whip, which should help to make the dragon do
Alright,
what she
kid.
wants.
I think you'll be a welcome addition to the Sprawl's forces.
Really?
Absolutely. It's something about your character, your moxie, your...
What is Moxie except a character from hell? Who's also adorable. Oh, Peaches, you cute little bugger.
giant intimidating dragon.
And with this handy new whip you've given me, I'll be sure to send those bad guys running.
Save the whip for the dragon, kid. Have fun in the war.
Have fun in the war. I see.
Attention! Second Lieutenant Wilbur Caboose Orville reporting for duty.
Are you talking to me?
Why is he showing me his bubble butt? His
Ma'am, yes ma'am. I have come from the training grounds at the GLA with the finest triplane that Goblin Engineering has to offer, and I am reporting for duty to join Her Majesty's Royal Air Force.
there's a problem. So basically the place we are in has the problem of speciesism. Speciesism. AKA it's humans hating on creatures, and especially goblins. And the goblins have the GLA, which is a goblin something alliance, which is basically an alliance of creatures that wanna revolt against the ruling of this place, that mistreat them, despite the fact that they were very much involved in building this place. They are not okay with the hate on them for no reason at all, which is understandable. But at the same time, it is now war, and they are still planning on doing something, which they didn't do. They wanted to do something on the wedding, but it didn't happen. So, I have no truth spray anymore. That sucks. Uh-oh.
Ah yes, that is the finishing touch. Julian down at the GLA equipped the plane with it this morning. I don't think he was an engineer, just an enthusiastic volunteer. She's a large bomb we call the Inside the Park Home Run.
It looks really heavy. How does the plane fly with that?
Well, I haven't tried flying with it yet, just taxiing along the runway at a sensible speed. But there's plenty of space for it to roll around back there, with all those loose tanks of fuel and barrels of gunpowder.
There's plenty of space for it to roll around back there. I'm gonna confiscate this.
Well, there's no way I'm letting you in with this. I wouldn't want you to roll her through the streets with this inside the park home run in case you end up inside the park and, you know, kablooey.
Okay. So we took the bomb, but strangely enough, he also said he had other explosives in the plane. Most likely he wouldn't have even gone into the air with this thing inside. Now it's gone, which basically means that this plane should fly. But going to call Striker.
Well, this is just the kind of stand up for yourself and not taking it anymore attitude I want to see in the people of the Sprawl. Welcome the second lieutenant with a salute and a pat on the back, and send him to the runway ASAP. Oh, maybe take a look at what he's bringing in and make sure it's not going to pose any threat to national security. Then a salute and a hearty pat on the back.
Okay. Which is fine. So we're gonna draft him, but let's have also a talk with Malcolm.
Once more to the tarot deck. mushroom cloud. Okay, kid, here's what you do. First, get the bomb off the plane. The inside the park home run? Are you kidding me? That's a lemon if ever I saw one. Then draft him. If he wants to give his stupid life for the sake of the stupid sprawl, who are you to stand in his stupid way?
Okay. So we're gonna draft him. I guess this time when the battle is going to happen, we
All
have
right,
a
Second
much better
Lieutenant,
chance.
Head in and report for duty.
But the bomb! How can I help win the war without my bomb?
Trust me, I think it would have done more harm than good.
That was the point!
Just keep your eyes on the skies, flyboy.
Okay.
Go for Lil.
Lil, Chuck here. I need you to get your butt down to the Goblin Liberation Army headquarters as soon as you can.
Ah, there it is. GLA. Goblin Liberation Army.
What's up, Chuck?
My wife, the princess, queen, still not used to that. She has me deploying various non-human agents, groups, and creatures to help with the war effort. And we've discovered a mole.
Well, thank you, Bot. That's a good idea. I'm confused. I'm sorry. This is just an audio save. Sorry. One moment. I'm a bit irritated by this. Where's my mouse cursor? There. Sorry. One moment. Uh, no, that's okay. Let's see. Channel, chat. I think it's here, right? Highlight. Okay, god damn it, where is it? Drops, chat, channel points, bits, behavior. Normal. Other. Appearance. Sorry about that, but where is this? Huh? Uh, okay, no. Sound? Okay. I guess, okay, okay. Okay. Sorry, I was irritated by the notification sound that I just got. Okay. If Princess Queen is still not used to that, has been deploying various non-human agents, groups and creatures to help with the war effort. We've discovered a mole.
Like a mole, not like a mole person. Well, I guess it could be a mole person. We're really not sure at this point. Can you come down to the GLA headquarters and help me sort this out?
I'll be there as soon as I'm done my shift.
Thanks, Lil. I'm sure you can help us identify the traitor in our midst.
Yep, sounds like something I'd be expected to do.
Okay. Should be quite good scoring this time. Due to your exceptional job performance, you were paid 30 gold this shift. I wish it was more. Like, why is it so little amount of money? It flawlessly. This is okay. So yeah, we're not going to finish Little Guardsman today. But yeah. Nothing to do except for the GLA headquarters. So let's go there.
Lil, thanks for coming. Are you ready to help us whack-a-mole?
What's the
Yes.
scoop so far?
Yesterday, we captured an enemy spy who confessed that they were meeting with their informant, who is part of the GLA. But before we could get a name out of them, the spy chomped down on a poisoned tooth. We've gathered 6 suspects. One of them is definitely the traitor, but so far they're all sticking to their stories.
Couldn't you just get a mage to put a spell on them? Or better yet, I could go get some truth spray from the shed and be done with this in a flash.
Good thinking, but the guilty party could have built up a tolerance to truth sprays, or be in league with a corrupted wizard from the guild. Your deduction skills are the only method we can truly trust. Think you can help us out?
Well, I have done this once before, but it was a low-stakes situation with my little friends. I guess I'll see what I can figure out.
You can interact with each of them twice. They'll just repeat their stories after that. See if you can detect any inconsistencies about their whereabouts last night, and catch them at a lie.
Great. It's gonna be Phoenix Wright. Wait a second. 2, 4, 5, 6. Okay, here's the thing. This is the weirdest part. Why is he here? Wait, he's not dead. I remember. So here's the funny part. So this guy is is a loser mage, kind of. Not meant in a bad way or anything. Just we chose him to do things, and then he got wind of the corruption of the Mages Guild, where they wrote something very dangerous, but they also mentioned us. And here's the weird part. He basically summoned a ferret to eat said letter. But then he also cast like a forget spell on himself, and therefore, but the ferret, before it actually ate the letter, read the letter and wanted actually to go and warn people about this plot with the mages. But because this guy cast a forget spell on himself, because he doesn't want to remember this, forgot also that he summoned the ferret to actually eat the letter. And it actually ate the letter, but it wanted to throw up the letter again. So it can actually put this letter to other people as information. But because he forget that he summoned this ferret for this very purpose, he unsummoned the ferret and therefore the ferret with the eaten letter got unsummoned. So he doesn't remember about the threat with the mages, and nobody else does. We encountered this person, which is, I think, some kind of accountant. Maybe we encountered this one. Not sure about him. Anyway, okay, so we can talk to every person twice.
Last night, I was here with Chuck organizing flyers for the war rally. You can ask him yourself, but if you're looking for a mole, look to my left. They're literally a mole. What more could you ask for?
Last night I was here with Chuck organizing flyers for the war rally. Okay.
Listen, I know everyone's gonna think it was me because I'm a literal mole. But last night I was at a bar in Little Ogre Town watching the Goblin Ball game, I swear.
But as far as I know, there was no Goblin Ball.
I never miss a game, even when they're out of town like they were last night.
Okay.
I was at a friend's house, a friend who was out of town. I was at their house while they were out of town. They asked me to water their plants while they were out of town. It's the truth.
That's a strange truth, bro.
I know where I was last night. I was at the big game happening downtown, but I'm more concerned about the big guy to my right.
I know where I was last night. I was at the big game happening downtown. So now we have a contradiction. He says there was a Goblin Ball game in downtown, and the other guy said there was a game outside.
Have you ever met a troll you liked or even trusted? Something seems fishy about his story, if you ask me.
It sounds fishy. So he was at a home outside. This guy says like he was at a Goblin Ball game, but he said the Goblin Ball game was not in our city. He said in downtown there was a Goblin Ball game. His story is not very convincing. We have no proof of his alibi, but he's the least suspect.
I was quietly meditating in my chambers last eve. The degrading acts of skulking in shadows you're picturing are obviously more in line with a creature half the honor of an elf. Someone like a halfling, perhaps?
Last night I was attending my sister-in-law's cousin's nephew's birthday party. It was quiet down by the Goblin Bowl arena, with it being an away game and all, so I didn't see anyone on my way home.
It was quiet down by the Goblin Ball arena, with it being an away game and all. So I didn't see anyone on my way home. So there was no Goblin Ball in downtown.
I don't know why anyone would suspect me. I have a leftover apple tart in my freezer to prove it.
And this brings us to this guy. Because he said he went to the Goblin Ball downtown. But he said the Goblin Ball was outside. He said there was no Goblin Ball in our city, which means he is now the prime suspect. Because he says insistently that he went to downtown Goblin Ball, which cannot be true, because I have two people who said there was a outside a Goblin Ball. He said there was no Goblin Ball going on in our city. So let's hear what they are still saying.
Chuck will vouch for me. I was here. I've got Brawler Seasons tickets, so some nights I'm at the arena, but last night they were playing out of town.
See, even he says, this is the third person who says like there was out of town Goblin Ball.
As to who the traitor is, I don't know what else to tell you. Don't overthink it. They're a freaking mole person. You're looking for a mole! Come on!
Don't be such racist.
I honestly have no idea who the traitor is, but all I know is that it's not me. Ask anyone who works at the bar in Little Ogre Town. They'll remember me. I'm a really bad tipper.
It was... All right, fine, you caught me. I didn't go to a friend's house to water their plants. I was out on a date with a human I met last week. Guess I still feel weird talking about it, but the date went great.
Makes sense.
I told you, I was at the Goblin Ball Arena last night. I live around the corner from the stadium, so after the match I went straight home, no funny business. I'd ask that elf. Hard to trust those uptight, pointy-eared snobs.
They're half the size, therefore they're half as trustworthy. Stop wasting everyone's time and accuse that suspicious-looking halfling already.
You know, it's crazy. Like, this game has speciesists in it. Like, species hating species, aka humans hating creatures. Creatures being anything other than human. And within those creatures, they hate on each other as well. Like, racism is hardcore going within creatures.
Fine, I'll confess. I don't actually have any leftover apple tart in my freezer because I ate it on the way home. My sister-in-law's cousin's nephew's mother is a professional cook and I couldn't resist. You should lock her up for the crime of making irresistible desserts.
Okay. It's this guy. He's the only one lying.
So, Lil, who is it? Who is the traitor?
I think it was...
Are you sure? Yes.
the Cyclops.
What? Why me?
Because you claimed you went to the Goblin Ball match last night, but the Brawlers played an away game. You're clearly lying.
Very clever, little girl, but it's no matter. You and your kingdom will burn, and out of the ashes a new glorious nation shall be born.
Take them away, Carl.
Good work, Lil. We couldn't have done it without you. We'll make sure they're properly punished for their crimes.
Like what? Sliding a sword into his eye? You know, he's a Cyclops. He's the biggest, strongest person in this entire room. I just don't understand why he didn't just literally kill us all.
Oh, just one more thing before I go.
Yes?
I got nothing. I just always wanted to say that.
Oh no, Columbo. Okay, the worst part is we have so little money. We have so little money. It sucks.
Oh, hi, Lil. Back home after a long day's work?
You know it.
What a laugh. You, a working stiff.
It's a riot. Hey, Arda, you got a pen and paper? I want to send my dad another letter.
Oh, sure. Here you go.
This time, I really want to cheer Dad up. What kind of joke should I tell him?
Write a good joke or write a dirty joke. I think she's 12 years old, so let's write a good joke. Sure. You know, I expected to give him bad news, not a dirty joke.
That should put a smile on his face. Thanks, Arda. Oh, can you send it for me?
My pleasure. I know how much your dad loves to hear from you. We're all thinking of your dad, Lil.
Lore.
The Mages Guild is gathering in the sprawl to discuss our place in the war efforts. Been a long time since we've all been summoned together like this.
You said that before.
When was that?
The last time was the only time. It was the founding of the Mages Guild itself. Before that, we were divided into factions, gathering with other mages who shared our sense and sensibilities.
Sense and sensibilities.
Jane Goblin Austin. Yeah, I'm a reader.
Are you sure you're interested in hearing about more lore from this aging stoner? Yes.
The reason I founded the Mages Guild was so that we wouldn't have to all gather together this way. It was a set of guiding principles that all mages would...
We heard this before. A good thing?
That sounds to me like a good thing.
I don't think you are, but darker forces... If we don't stop them, there could be a rift...
Thanks
So basically...
Anytime, little buddy.
So basically, if you would have talked to him when he wanted to go in, and you didn't actually talk much to him, you can literally repeat it here and hear it again. I see. So that's the human you are dating.
Oh, this is so weird, being out with you. Anybody could see.
Aw, honey. It's what's on the inside that matters. I'm not embarrassed to be seen with you.
Embarrassed to be seen with me? I'm worried someone's going to see me with a human and tell my mother.
Oh, brother.
Him too.
Okay. Let's go to Garby. First things first, if I can take a look. I've currently four red crystals, but I can put in like 11. I'm also getting some red crystals for my ship. I think it's like 2 or 3. This is so shitty because literally like I don't know if these things here have any. Like, are they going to be interesting choices later on? Like, we encountered time and time again, like, people who wanted in and were like, oh, I don't have the right tool for this. And then you give them something you already had in the inventory. So, I'm more likely hanging on to this because I was like, maybe it could be... But this as well. And now I have basically a nuke. And I'm like, do I need a nuke to give someone? Like at this point, I'm like, what if the Dragon Rider comes back and is like, oh yeah, we need like something to destroy the enemy army. How about nuke? And then I'm like, I had a nuke, but I sold it. It's so... Okay, so we cannot go back there.
Lil, how are you holding up?
Not too many game overs today, Garbs.
I'm not really sure what that means, but maybe I've got something for it.
We are the only ones who are aware that this is a game. This sucks. Like, it's so much worth. Like, this is so much worth. Like, I really want to sell these, but I'm so not wanting to sell it. Ah, fuck it. Get a red crystal. In the best case, I get 3 red crystals tomorrow. So I can put at least in the X-ray and truth spray a red crystal. Ah, it's so stupid. Like, this is one of the things I do not understand. I guess you have to literally play the game, confiscate everything you can, and just make bad decisions so you get enough money that you actually can, like, unlock all the slots for crystals, for your tools. But then again, how do you even manage each day to get enough red crystals? Like, I don't know.
I think I've done everything I need.
Hit the hay. The Bertrudian envoy Fenton Harcourt III delivered his message to the palace and defected to the sprawl to live out his days in manning a shop that repairs bugles and any other brass instruments that require a pursuit embouchure, which I think is a French word. Embouchure. I think I know what it means. He couldn't be happier in his new adopted home. The Queen was able to use the top secret battle plans to shore up the sprawl's defenses, which made a huge difference, at least for a few days. Having been denied entry to the sprawl, the catering corp rep went back to corporate headquarters with the surplus of the food supplement known as Soylent Beige. While the catering corp XX weren't pleased by the loss of this contract, they also weren't surprised. Soylent Beige hadn't been selling like it used to, not since the FDA made it mandatory to display the ingredients list on all packaging. Was it the artificial flavoring and coloring, the MSG? No, it was the main ingredient, human flesh. Catering Corp would have to deploy the best marketing wizards to spin a new angle on this. By the way, MSG is not unhealthy or bad for you. Denied his planned big comeback at Goblin Ball game, Albert S. Lush wasn't able to convince a single pro team to hire him as the manager. So he set his sights lower and went on to coach at the minor league level, until a doping scandal got him fired from that job too. He repeated this process for teams in AAA, AA, single A, etc. until he finally wound up coaching a little league goblin ball team, the Sprawl Sprouts, for children 12 and under. There were some most suspiciously large 4th graders you ever saw. They swept the season. Yeah, because he kept doping them. Echo arrived at the Guildhall just in time to speak out against Tyronius and his plan to demand greatly increased powers for the mages from the Queen. Echo successfully argued that the guild should use its power to support the city council and guard corps and help the people the war was hurting instead. Due to Echo's timely intervention, Tyronius did not get the 2/3 majority vote that he needed. He and his followers loudly insisted that the election was stolen, and Tyronius vowed to use his own power to stop this war by any means necessary. His people formed a radical group that dubbed itself the Freedom Caucus, and they soon vacated the Guildhall in a huff. Echo breathed a sigh of relief at a job well done. He took a trip to his favorite haunt, the Sprawl's premier bowling alley, Pinheads. It was a pretty righteous way to end the day. Correctly identified as being the traitor, the guilty Cyclops was loaded into a catapult and flung at the brick wall the next morning. There was much rejoicing. He was loaded into a catapult and flung at the brick wall. That sounds terrible. The Sprawl and its secrets were now safe thanks to your masterful detective work. Yes! There we go. So, this only happens because... like, this happens only because we are now drafting people for war. So every round after this, we fight this battle. We have no influence what's going on. We just click on battle. And our decision decides if we lose or win. Sprawl victorious. Victors! As the dawn sun rose, as the dawn sun rose, it was clear that the Sprawl had triumphed. The smoke slowly cleared from the patch of sky where the battle between the clouds had been fought. It was later said that one of the clouds was shaped like a short giraffe, and the other one looked like a bowl of fruit. Using the blowtorch you gave him, Professor Fogg inflated his contraption and rose high into the sky. From his basket, he wrought havoc upon the enemy, even flinging his poops at the enemy vessels from above. Disgusting! The aging academic patted himself on the back for a job well done, and noticing poop on his jacket. The little Primaris Dragon Rider commanding her Dragon Peaches, using the bullwhip you loaned her, burned through the enemy's defenses. When they got home from the battle, her father was so proud. He vowed right then and there to leave her in charge of more often, so he could continue to go down to the pub and bet on Goblin Ball. Unencumbered by the inside the park home run bomb, Wilbur Caboose Orville performed impressively piloting the Green Baron. In fact, he made an impressive 8 kills single-handed. 8 kills. What? He made an impressive 8 kills single-handedly and was awarded the Golden Wings, the highest honors for a Sprawl aviator, and was the first goblin to receive the prestigious award. Hooray! And now for time propaganda. That's not even a sentence. What the fuck?
Happy St. Swithin's Day to all our listeners. We're here live down at the parade where St. Swithin himself is set to make an appearance any minute now.
Oh, I think I see him. Yes, there he is, riding merrily atop his rain cloud, throwing many barometers to the happy dancing children below.
Just a reminder, because of the parade's extensive and convoluted route, many stores and services will be closed today. We'll now take the traditional 267 minutes of bagpipes in honor of St. Swithin's Day.
Thank you for making the bagpipes quiet. Mm-hmm. Okay, there's the loop. Yeah, so basically the game has 2 more rounds to go before it's finished. And yeah, that basically tells me I'm not gonna finish the game today, which is okay. We will continue this next time. Now we'll stop here.